What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thompson Twins, and we're going back to the Into the Gap album, 1984. I think that's right. If that's not right, I'll put a correction in the video description. But yeah, we're up to the tune Day After Day. It speaks to perhaps a couple different things, or at least it suggests a couple different things to me. First, it speaks to literally the experience of being alive in the way that, humans exist, diurnal, and the idea that human societies, generally speaking, are organized around the individual unit of the day, the work day, and eating a certain number of meals per day and getting a certain number of hours of sleep per day. So it could speak to being within that flow of time as a person living in the modern world. Just day after day, you get up, you do these things, you have biological needs, you have hobbies and pursuits, or things that you try to pursue outside of that which you have to do just to stay alive and pay for bills and so on. But it perhaps also speaks to those individual daily processes, and maybe one or two of them having particular relevance in some sort of narrative between people. And obviously that could be more situational and hard to predict in advance. But yeah, it does make me think about the aspects of life which are less long-term arc and more part of our each waking day experience. So we'll have to see what that is. I suppose it does suggest perhaps a particular interpretation where it's about the burden, the feeling of day after day having to do this thing, having to do that thing, having to go to work, having to be responsible for others, or so on. I feel like there could be an interpretation of the phrase which is a bit more negative, or at least burdensome. So we'll see if that plays into it, though. Again, I fully expect there to be some narrative, and this not to be more or less a conceptual song. I imagine there will be particular relevance. So let's find out. This is Thompson Twins' Day After Day, and it's from the 1984, I think, album Into the Gap. Oh, wow. It's menacing, it's dark, but there's a bit of funk to it. You the face behind the mask. I'm looking for something that's just too hard to find. Can't you see there's just no promised land? Doesn't happen that way. I hope you'll try and understand. There's nothing I can do or say. I expected it to have specific connotations that are not, immediately denoted or suggested by the phrase itself. But it did seem more interpersonal and psychological. And it's like day after day, night after night, my emotional state is in this sense of panic. Again, maybe because of the behavior of the other person, or maybe just because of the feeling of intensity toward the other person by the singer or the narrator. But yeah, it seemed less about day-to-day activities and maybe the burden or at least the experience of time on a day-to-day level, and more about this unyielding, unceasing experience and feeling toward another. But very cool sonically, a bit dark in one way, but there are moments where it still has a bit of a funk, a bit of a lightness. That one like synth solo sort of moment, that had a bit of a lighter feel, and I really enjoyed the quality of that section and the way the synth line itself evolved. So yeah, really cool and sort of well balanced tune in terms of the sonic atmosphere. So another cool track from Thompson Twins. Let me know what you think. I apologize, Luca, who is long cat right now. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.